What is up, guys? Archon tonight, I'm bringing you guys another YouTube video. In today's video, I want to talk about World of Warcraft changes. I am about 2 weeks late, and I apologize. These changes took place, I believe, on September 9th, and a couple of them were reverted on September 10th, which I'll talk about once we get in the video. There's just been a lot of other things on my plate right now. I've been, Twitch still. I'm doing videos on the PS5 because a lot of the announcements got a release date, a pricing, and all that. I wanted to go over that. So I've been focused on that a bit. League of Legends has been doing a lot of things. They've been doing a lot of champion releases. I apologize for not keeping up with the World of Warcraft content. I'm going to try to do better about it in the future. I've been kind of taking a break from the game as well while I'm waiting for Shadowlands. I did get my pre-order down, so if you guys want to come hang out with me at any point and, talk Shadowlands, my Twitch will be down in the description below. It doesn't matter if I'm playing WoW or not. If you guys still want to come hang out and just talk World of Warcraft, I'm always down. Doesn't matter what game I'm playing. As for this video, we're going to talk about the changes to Unholy. This is just them explaining what they're after, how Unholy's opener feels like crap to do. So they're trying to figure out ways to make Unholy's opener a little bit shorter, so it doesn't feel as bad. And in that, Summon Gargoyle is moved back as a level 50 talent. Unholy Pact is moved to the level 45 talent tree. And Epidemic is baseline. So what that means is that basically they took Gargoyle away from us again. We're getting Epidemic instead, which I'm okay with because it's nice having that Runic Expander be a baseline and I don't have to talent into. And we're pretty much given Hell Chains for free, or Unholy Pact, which is basically the most overpowered talent in the 45 tree that we have. As for these changes, they tried to put Dark Transformation inside of Apocalypse, so when you'd cast APOC, you'd also do a Dark Transformation for your ghoul. And then they tried to offset, with Dark Transformation was originally a 1 minute cooldown and APOC is a minute 31. They tried to offset it by adding an extra 0.5 whenever you use Death Coil to APOC. They ended up reverting these two. So there is no Dark Transformation inside of APOC. Dark Transformation is its own thing again. And that's a lot of the complaints came from PvP people and some PvE players who optimally use their Dark Transformation timing to try to interrupt casters, or in PvP try to stun players out of critical spells from being cast, because the ghoul, when it Dark Transforms, has the ability to leap. And this leap has to have a minimum distance to travel, and once it reaches its target, it stuns them or interrupts them if it can't stun them. So a lot of players will save it and try to use it to hard interrupt stuff. One fix I think they could have implemented instead of just reverting it, and maybe we'll see this down the line, is they just remove the distance on leap that is required for the ability to go off and just have it be a stun altogether. And if it can't stun the target, then it interrupts them. And you could still keep the leap aspect of it, just don't range lock it, if that makes sense. If the target is out of range, then it leaps. If the target's up close, then it interrupts or stuns or interrupts, depending on what situation you're in. I think that would probably be the best way if they really want to go about baking this into Apocalypse. I'd still feel kind of mad about it, but that would be how I would attack the problem if you want to try to limit Unholy's buttons, so they don't have as many. Because right now Unholy has a crap ton of buttons in their opener. The other change you could do is you could actually just make Dark Transformation off the GCD, so you can use it whenever you need it as a utility spell to hard interrupt something, or if you need it for damage, then you can use it for damage. And this won't take away from anything else. Like, let's say you Death and Decay, and you need to use Dark Transformation now in order to get Infected Claws on everything. You can, do both at the same time, and then you don't feel as bad or what have you. Typically, you probably wouldn't use those two in conjunction either, unless everything was maxed on wounds or close to max on wounds. You'd drop your Death and Decay, you'd swing with Scourge in order to pop a couple wounds, then you Dark Transformation as well to get the extra strength from Unholy Pact, which you're going to be running. And if your ghoul happens to put more wounds on the targets, then so be it. So here's what our talent tree looks like now with these changes. And again, these changes are from 2 weeks ago on September 9th and 10th. So I am 2 weeks behind. I apologize. I will try to keep up with it as we get closer to Shadowlands. I love talking about Unholy Changes, and I do think they're going in the right direction. They're trying to figure out ways to get our class to have less buttons. I think some of it's just removing, some of our abilities off the G. Dark Transformation being probably the only one you would need to remove, honestly. I don't think APOC or Soul Reaper are that bad. But anyway, Infected Claws is probably what you're going to still run for AoE. You could probably run All Will Serve single target. Unholy Blight's what I'm going to be testing. I'm going to try to do a pet build where I have, Ghoul and, APOC and all that, and try to see how much damage I can output doing that way. Optimally, I think Bursting Swords will probably still be the best build. This is just utility. Soul Reaper is the guaranteed Runic Corruption. It's just, you can pretty much set it up yourself. If a target gets low enough and it dies to the explosion or the execute damage, you get Runic Corruption. These are just terrible. 10% chance and a 15% chance to trigger more Sudden Dooms, and Sudden Doom already has a really low proc rate anyway. So Soul Reaper is probably going to be the more skilled of the talents. It's more engaging and it gives you an extra button, which may suck for some people. But anyway, again, your utility down here as well. Unholy Pact is probably going to beat out both Pestilence and Defile. There's no world where I think 10% chance to apply Festering Wound is better than Hell Chains and 5% increase in strength. Same thing for Defile. Defile has just always been a rough ability where it's just never seen any value whatsoever. Give me 1 second. And Summon Gargoyle is going to just never be used. Army of the Damned, there may be some boss fights where you may see this run, but I typically think you're going to see Unholy Assault because it makes the rotation that much easier. Basically what it is it gives you 4 Festering Wounds on the target automatically and 20% haste for 12 seconds, so it works similar to how Unholy Frenzy worked. Only difference is that you don't get any more than 4 wounds. You still get the haste, but you don't apply wounds on auto attacks. So I think it's still better than what Army is, and I think it's way better than Gargoyle, obviously. As for different covenants that I'm looking at or whatever, I can't think of what they're called off the top of my head, but I'm looking at Death's Due because I'm curious if this replaces, what is it? Death and Decay. If it doesn't, you could actually use it as a pseudo Death and Decay because it lasts as long, so it's like 10 seconds. And, what is it? While you remain within the area, your Scourge Strike will hit up to 4 enemies and inflict Death's Due for 12 seconds. I think that's pretty cool. It's basically like a second Death and Decay from what I'm understanding because it doesn't look like it replaces your Death and Decay. Whereas Defile, it says replaces it. This does not. And if I'm wrong on that, let me know down below. I would like to know because if not, then it's going to be absolutely insane for the Bursting Swords build. Because you're going to be able to have 2 Death and Decays, you're going to be constantly able to AoE, and Epidemic is baseline now. So it's just going to be a complete devastation of the AoE. I think Unholy is going to be just all around amazing in Mythic Plus again. I don't think the limit to the Bursting Swords being 8 is that big of a deal. I just think that we're going to be really strong. So sorry about that, guys. It is kind of late, so I'm a little bit rambling. I've also got to pull my dinner out of the oven. Like I said, I've been trying to do a whole lot of things. I've been trying to cover like a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm finally getting around to this. I'm going to try to keep up on it in the future. So hopefully those of you who enjoy my World of Warcraft videos will enjoy this. Let me know down below. Leave a like if you guys like the World of Warcraft videos. It helps me know what content to focus on more. If you guys aren't enjoying the League of Legends stuff as much, I can get away from that and I can go back to doing World of Warcraft. I just need to know what content you guys enjoy. I enjoy talking World of Warcraft. It's hard to juggle all the new stuff all at the same time. But with that out of the way, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. And I will see everybody back here on the next video. Catch you guys later. Peace.